to the result you want to actually, yes, to output. So my question was, uh, during a search, how often is the driver being frisked? So the frisk, you need to know where would you find the frisking. So the frisking would be in what? In the search type. Yes. So once you know the search type, and then you go to that column, and then you do the value count so that you know how many types of the values within the search type you have. So you can able to see we have actually the protective frisk. Yes. And then you can create a filter. You can create a filter, and then the filter would say that, oh, now I want you guys to give me the values which they are protective frisk. So in that case, you would have a fonts or true values. So if the protective frisk exists, it will output true. If the protective frisk is not available, then it will give a false value. So I've created a column called frisk. This column will contain true or false value. So it would, let's go to that column. You can see the column here. It is frisk. I have my false and true values. Yeah, so if, if I want to analyze that column, let me just go to the other cells. So I can just go to the specific specific what that column I've created, that's data dot frisk, and then I do the value counts, the value counts, value dot value counts. Yes, so if I run this, I would have I will know how often the frisking is done. Okay. Yes, so let me normalize this so that I can able to communicate in terms of percentages. Normalize them as true. Leave this. Yes. So you can see I have actually the normalization takes place uses the percentage of what? Actually 5%. It is 5% that the protective risk is being carried out. So we have answered that question. It is 5%. Okay. Yes. So another way to do is the now it's your turn. So what you do, use the contain method, contains method. If you remember, I actually explained how to use that method. So go ahead and do dot contain method, and then yes, and send answers to WhatsApp so that I can be able to see what you have done. Just do the same, but use now the different approach. In this case, we only use the Boolean what filtering. Yes. Now use your contains method. Go ahead and carry the yes. So I'm waiting for your answers. If you have finished, you can just send. You can just send the answers. So the advantage of actually using pandas is that it has so many alternatives. Okay, so you can do something in a very different ways and then have the same result. Yes. So I don't know, maybe you would take a day. So let me just go ahead. So if you want to do that, if you want to output these 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 values, true or false values, you just say you call that column, that's data data dot, the column name is what? Is, what's the column search type? Search type. This one, and then you say dot str. I explain the function of the str, and then dot contains. Inside the contains, I pass the value that is protective frisk. Then we go and check that I copy the way it is, that is protective frisk, this one. I copy the way it is and then come here and then I would paste the value. So if I run this, I would have a false and negative what? A false and true values. So I would just do the same thing I did here to create this column of mine, and then you do the same. So maybe if I wanted to do the if I wanted to do the plotting, I'll just come here and then say dot plt dot plot, and then maybe in this case I want to use the bars. So I have, yes, you can see now in terms of visualizing, you can see very small percentage. Uh-huh. Yes. So we can even come here and then do the where here. You can just say dot get dot plot, and then kind same as bar bra 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 bra. So just copy this, create a new set, copy everything, then come here, delete this, run this. If I run this, I have the graph for the first question. This is the graph for the first question, and then this is the graph for the second question. Yes. So the main point here, you just need to understand the equation, then know those kind of things, how to access data, how to do whatever. So in that case, you find that things become easier. So I want to answer this question: which year had the least number of stops? So coming here, I just run my df, not df, but data dot columns. If I run this, I have my name of the columns. So the question is how often, is it how often or how many, whatever. So which year are the least number of stops? Which year? So when they are talking about year, so they are talking about this date column, and then uh, 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 and then the stops. Okay, they are talking also about the stops. So which column is it associated with the stops? Okay, which column is it associated with the stops? Which column? Anyway, that's a very simple question. Remember when we are doing data.add, when we are doing data.add, we can see that this row contains what? Contains the stop. the number of stops. That's maybe stop 1, and then stop 2, and then stop 3, stop 4. So the total number of stops is the total number of the rows. Yes. So what we only do is that we need to find the years. We extract the years from this column, the date column. We extract only the years, and then we do the value count. We do the value counts. So if we do the value counts, we get those. We get the years. We can see the years which are more associated with the what? With with the stops. Okay. Yes. So let's go again and access the column that we are interested. That is data dot date. Yes. Dot date. So the head of that date method, date column. Yeah. So we can see you can see actually we have from here we have the year, from here we have this is the month, yes, and then this is the day of the this is the this is the day, this is the month, this is the year, and then this is the time. If you remember, we actually recreated this column where we added a stop date column and then we added a stop time column. Yes, good. So this is how you go. So we write this, that data dot date time. Use date time. We use date time dot use date time method dot dt. So we use date time method dot dt to access specific what? Specific elements in date column. So if we want the year, we say dot year. We want to access only the years. If I run this, I have actually let the program runs. So if I run this, I will have only the years from this date column. Yes. I have the error. So series object has no how to put date time. What is it? Uh-huh. So yes, so you can see actually I've removed the date time. So this is how you extract the so use the dt method to extract the specific elements in what? In a date column. So let's say if you want a month, you can just say dot dt dot month. You have the months. You have the months. This if I shift this, I have the months. If I want the day, I'll just say dot dt dot day. Then if I run this, I have the days. If I want the time, just say dot time. So if I run this, I have the time extracted from the date column. Yes. So we are interested what? With the years. Okay. So what I do, this is what I would do. I'll just go back and say dot year. Okay. And then if I run this, I have the number of years, the years extracted from the date column. Remember, I'm interested to know which year has the most or the least number of stops. So it means I'll just do the value counts of this, and then I'll get the so the proper way, just create the column. I'll just create the column of mine, a new column, that's data, and then inside column I pass this here. Yes. So if I do that, I say same as to dt dot this, I run this. Now I have my data dot here, and then now I can do the value counts dot value counts dot the value counts. So if I run this, I have this. Okay. So in terms of percentage, I will just pass the normalization, normalize, same as true, and then I run this. Now I can see that the most here with the number of stops is which percentage? This one. So I think there's 209 and 207. They almost, but the 209 has the most percentages. So if I'm unable to interpret this one, I'll just give the dot plot. Let me plot a bar graph to show the comparison. Yes. So you can see a bar graph of mine, very beautiful. I can see that 206 has the highest number of stops, 205 has the least number of stops. Yes. Any question? Don't have the question. Yes. So let me pick maybe another one or two questions, then I'm done. I'll be done with this data set. Okay. So how about this? How does the drug activity change by the time of the day? Okay. So in this case, definitely from what we have done here, they have interested with with the the time, with the time. Okay. So the time specific, the hours. So what we do, time of the day, that's the hours. So what you do, just say data dot date, we extract dot dt, and then we extract the hours. Okay. What is it? Dot hours. And this, yes. So I have extracted this hours of mine. Okay. So the question was how the drug activity change by the what? The time. So this is what I would do. Let me create now this as column. I want to create this as column. So what I do, I just say date, data, data, and then inside data, I want to have what? I want to have the which one is this? I want to have a time column, not time but hours column, and then I will say same as 2. I copy this thing, this what we have created here, copy, and then I paste this. So if I run, I have my new column, that is hours column. So if I run data dot hours dot add dot add, I see my column of the hours column. So let me do the value counts. Dot value counts. Value counts. Yes. So if I run this, I have my value counts. You can see they are from 0, 23. So I think they would be 0 to 24. Yes, because we have 24 hours in a day. Okay. So 20 times 0, we have these value counts and whatever. So the question was, now how many of these with the relationship with the drug activity? Okay. So the drug activity data dot columns. So if I run this, my drug activity would be found in which column? Hmm? Drugs rated stops. Is that so? Probably yes. So I will come back here and I will do data dot hours and then dot the drugs related, is it? Yeah, drugs related column stop and then I do dot value counts. I do the value counts. The value counts. Value counts. Yes. So if I run this, I have my other series of drugs rated. So how it is it is drug related. Oh, ah, this is what I do. Just say data and then okay. Let me just remove this dot sign so that they don't confuse. So it's drugs data and then I pass the hours and then inside here I will pass the what? I will pass the drugs rated related stop is dot variables. I mean try them in. So so that is it. I'm having an error here. Drug rated stop here. Drugs rated stop. So what is it? Uh, uh, what I do, uh, anyway, I don't know why. Let's use the group method, becomes easier. So data dot group by, and then set group by. I was I pass the first column, that is ours, and then I pass the one I want to group by, that's drugs related stop. So I think 0 will work, and then the value counts. Yes. So overrun this. I now have. So what is it? Drugs related. Why am I writing this? Oh, why am I? It's drugs related stop. So why am I having the key error? Data.columns. Let me run this. Why am I having the error? Have you done your on your side? I don't know. That group by, and then so what is it? Anyway, so just wait for it to complete. Meanwhile, you can just do the use the group by. Maybe it can work in your side. The group by method. Yes, now it has worked. Okay, now it has worked. So what was the question? Question was uh, how does the activity change by the time of the day? So the activity change by the time of the day. I don't need the value counts. I'll just pass the mean of those. Remember, yes. So I'll just pass the mean, and then I will have the values now. I will have the values that for day one I have this. For day, when I do the value counts, it actually gives me the values for the drug rated when it when drugs rated stops at, and then when there are no drugs rated stops. So I'm not interested with the when there are no drugs rated stops. Okay, because when you do the drugs rated data dot drugs and then the rated and then stops. So the values here is that the value counts whether they are true or false counts. Yes. So if I run this data.drugs rate stops dot value counts, when I do this, I have my when drugs rated stops are done, that is 814, and when drugs rated are not done, so this value. But in this case of mine, I now want to compare when there is drugs rated stops. So it means when drug rated stops is same as true. Okay, so I don't need to create a filter, because if I do the mean, when you try to do anything operation, and then you are trying to do on the side of the board type variable, it always goes, the default is the true value. So this means are for the true values when such rated stops are true. Yes, so we don't need to create a to specify this with. I think if you understand. So this is how is it. This is the answer to the question. Now, if you want to just create something that would be, because when you just create these numbers, you don't let me just repeat again. It's data dot group by, and then inside here I passed what? I passed my hours, and then it's outside here I passed my drugs, drugs, and then rated stop. And then I said dot me. So if I run this, I will have the same result. Now I said this result of mine is not really confusing, especially when you, because when you just display these numbers, someone who doesn't like the numbers will find difficult to. So I can just say dot plot, and then inside here I will say kind, same as to line. Do you remember the line plots? Do you remember the line plots? So the line plots, we say the line plots. Did we do the line plots? Hmm? Okay. Anyway, we said we use the line plots when we are. I don't remember doing them, but maybe I forgot. But remember then the line plots, you do them to actually when you are doing you want to see the trend. When you want to see the trend, you use the line plots. Okay? You use the line plots. Mm. So uh, yes, so this one graph of mine, you can see now the drugs related activities vary with the time. You see, so this one when the time was at 0, we have I rated, and then at this time maybe in 6 hours we have the drugs activity rated went down to actually the small number, and then it started rising, and then that way. So you can see the trend. Okay. Yes. So that question has been answered. Let me check if I have one last question. I have one last question, and then I actually So that I finish with these things. Let me see what's the mean stop duration. Mean stop duration. Yes. Yes. So let's do this. Actually, when I do this, I will also answer the question I was asked, the last question I was asked about if we can able to group data into groups to convert continuous data into what groups. You can do the same. You can do the same. So I want to answer this question. I want to answer this question. Okay. So the question is as follows. What is the question? We want we want to want to find the mean stop duration for each variation growth. Okay. So mean stop duration. So let's go to the data. What is it? Data dot stop duration, and then we do the value counts. Value counts. Yes. So this is it. So this is it. So for the stop duration, we have these values. We have 16 to 30 minutes. We have 0 to 18 minutes. We have 30 to 80 minutes. So these are the stop duration. Okay. Duration 1 when we have 16 to 30 minutes. Duration 2 when we have 15 0 to 15 minutes when we have 30 and above minutes. Okay. The third stop. Okay. So the question here is specific. It is says that what's the mean stop duration for each variation law. Now we need to find the mean of the stop duration. Okay. If you see the stop duration here, if you see the data dot stop duration, just say data dot d type, data dot d type, and then data dot d types. Just forgot s. Let me do the d types so that we know the data type of this stop duration. Yes. So let's go to the stop duration. The stop duration is here. We can see that data type is an object. But in this case, the question is asking to find the mean of these values. So it means that we need to convert these values into what? Specific, specific what? Specific, specific what? Specific values. Okay, numerical values, so that you can use those numerical values to find the the mean we are talking about. So what we do, we just need to now actually to map these values. Okay, we are going to create a mapping. So we say that mapping must do. So we are creating a dictionary. We are creating a dictionary that will map that 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 if when we map we change these values. So the first value is this one, comma. So these values I paste it here. I want to be mapped to specific numerical value. So what I do, I just find the mean that is 16 to 30. So the mean would be The mean will be what? 16 plus 30, that is 46. Okay, 46 divided by 2, that's 23. So I want this to be mapped to 23 minutes. That's numerical, comma. I want this 0 to 15 minutes to be mapped so this one to be mapped to actually 0 plus 15, that is approximately 15, then maybe 8 minutes. Okay, then the last one, the one which has 30 and above minutes, I want this to be mapped to 30 minutes, and then this one to be mapped to actually, let me say 40 minutes. Okay, so probably you need to know the end value so that you find the approximate mean value. So this is the mapping now. Develop a mapping. So what I do, I'll get a new column, that's data, the stop, now not stop, but I'll just call it duration, duration in minutes is same as to data dot the column which have these values is what, is actually stop duration dot stop duration, and then I want to do the mapping, so you use the function dot map. Inside map I pass my mapping now. Yes, I pass my mapping. Let me see if that is it, stop duration. Okay, so if I run this, I've run that, I run this. Now I will have my new column of now numerical values. Let me check that. Data dot actually dot duration minute. This one dot date. Want to see date. Okay, so you can see this. We have this. We have this column of ours, the new column, that is stop duration, and then it has what? It has mapped these values into either 23 minutes, 8 minutes, or 40 minutes. Let's do the value count so that makes sense. Data dot duration dot value count. So it was duration and then minute dot value count. Yes, so you can see actually my values are for the 23 minutes. We have these values. Let me go back to the question. What's the question asking? The question was asking what is the mean stop duration for each violation row. So we just go back what we have done. That is data dot group by. So in this case we are grouping by the what? Violation. Violation, that's the column, and then we want to do the value count, the mean, using the what? The stop, not stop, but the duration mean, the new column that we have created. Duration mean. Yes, so you can do dot mean. Yes, so if I run this, I will have my violations, all the variations, and then their mean mean what? Stop duration. So you can see that when you are committing an equipment violation, you expect to be take approximately 20 minutes for you actually to go where you want to go. Then you can do the speeding. Yes, so maybe you can do this in a graph dot plot then kind same as bar. Let's do that, and then so you can able to see. Now you can able to see. Okay, maybe this one doesn't make sense. Let me just sort those values so I can insert my dot sort values here. Method dot sort values here. So if I run this dot plot, if I run this, I will have my graph being sorted out. My graph now will be, yes, now this one is kind of smart. Okay, so you can see the violation that takes the risk values is the seatbelt. So if you have the seatbelt problems, you expect to take rest time for you to be actually frisked, and then yes, you can see the registration rates now takes the kind of much time. So I want today to finish earlier, then you will ask questions because I'm actually winding up the course. So I think I've done enough. I've done enough. Do you have do you have problem in the which part? The one I tried to explain yesterday, how to detect the outliers. Do you have the problem so that I repeat, or you are good to go? I think I've finished my questions. Yes. Do you have any problem? If you check the one who has sent the error, if you check your protective frisk, we have a space. You can see a space between the frisk and the quotation mark. So remove that space. Yes. So I've actually finished the knee. So I would just want to clear some of the things so that now you'll be on your own. You practice, and then. So do you have a problem in determining or detecting the outliers? Let me just repeat that because you don't want to answer, but I'll just repeat that. So yesterday I get this date of mine, x same as 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. Uh-huh. So I'm gonna create this data of hours. We have 200. We have we have 400. Here 1000. Then I come here, I delete this 1 2, and then so I'm trying to create a data that would actually have the outliers, and then I would sort out the outliers. Yes. So I would have this. Let me add something here. I want to add now the range maybe start from 20, 25, 35, 40, 50, yeah, 60, 70. So I'm assuming this data of mine I've created as the outliers. So let me run this. That's X. Let me convert that to a data frame. So data same as to bd dot data frame, and then inside data frame here I pass the data, that's X, and then I pass the columns same as to x1. Let me just take pass X. Just the values. Yes, this one. So pay attention for this. I've created a data frame. I've created the columns. Created a data frame, and then I want to detect the outliers. I want to detect outliers. What is it? Index mass declaration. What was passed? Anyway, let me just pass X. Yes. Again, pd dot data frame X, then columns. So what is it? Columns. Columns. Same as to X. Why am I having this error? Must be called with a correction of some kind of X. Okay, so what is it? pd dot data frame. Wow. Why? So I'm trying to create the data set. I don't know why this. What? Yes, so let me just take some minutes and then try to rerun. So meanwhile, if you have a question, just ask for the actually we are not going to do this. Yes. Uh, okay. Yes. So I just I forgot this. I see why this is bad. So I just need to pass in a list column same as to this and this. So this one will not. Yes, so let me output my data. If I run my data, I have created this data. I have one column. The column is named as Y. Okay. So I want to detect the outliers in Y. So I said we have two methods, but I just want to explain one method so that you master that one method. Okay. So the z-score. Z-score. So we said the z-score method. The z-score method has the formula as x. You subtract the mean, and then you divide by the standard deviation. That is the formula when you want to convert these values to z-score. So that's what we want to create. So we'll create a new column that's the data, and then we give the name of the column as z-score values. So z values, okay, and then this is how you can get the name of those values. You find for the x, you just take the df dot what, df dot y, and then you subtract. You are taking 1, maybe for this case the first value would be 1. You minus the mean, so the mean would be np dot mean dfy. Okay, so this one is done first, and then I will divide by np dot std. I pass the df dot y. So it's the same thing. It is the x, then you minus mean, then you divide by standard deviation. So if I run this, I will have my new column called z values with only z values. Okay, that frame has no object y. What does it mean? So which y I have written the df dot y. Oh, it's data. So I forgot. The data actually, that's the name of the data frame I gave, not df. It's data. Yes, so if I run this, I would have my values. Let me run the df, the data, so that I see what I've created. Now I have my values here. Okay, I have my z values. So this is the condition. I create a threshold. My threshold, then I define it to be 3. So what is it? What does it mean? It means that those required values, the correct values should lie within 0 to or the negative side. Okay, so it means less than or equal to 3. Okay, so those values which are more than 3, the z scores values are more than 3 will be regarded as what? As outliers. So in this case, you check the first value, it is within the range required, within the range required. So until you measure this one has 3 point what? 053. So this one is an outlier. It's a point that lies outside the required point. These are the required points. So what I do, just come here. I want now to filter the data to have remove the outliers. So in this case, I will just say my data now is same as to data, and then I create a filter here, data dot z values, z score, z values should be greater less than or equal to 3. Yes. So if I run this, if I run my data, now I have removed outliers. I don't have the last point. I don't have this point of hours because this point of hours was regarded as an outlier. Yes. So are you now able to actually remove the outliers? Yes. You should be talking. Some people are rafting. I don't know why you are doing the rafting. So that's how actually you do. That's how you do the you actually remove the outliers. Okay. Yes. So to detect, you don't need to actually calculate the z scores. You can just use the visualization tools. Okay. Use the visualization tools and then you detect if you have those outliers. For example, box plot actually will show the presence of the outliers, and then you do the yes, you know that you go ahead and remove those outliers. So let me actually I want to create something here. I forgot. So let me create this data of ours. Data same as 2. I want to roll this from CNSS dot raw dataset Irish. Let me see this one. So I want to show something, and then you will be good to go. So data dot add. So this one I want to see, yes. So I can use something called actually a heat map. I did not create this. An heat map is very important, especially when you are doing regression analysis. So it actually calculates the correlation values. Okay. So let me actually calculate the correlation values of this separate vetorrent vector with it. So I want to filter this one out. So what I do, I want to say data dot iroc. Let me use the rock, and then I want all rows. I want the columns. Let me use the iroc. I want this one from 0 to 0 0 to 0 1 2 3 4. So I need to place 4 here to access the last element. So if I run this, yes, I've filtered the last element. Then now I want to develop the heat map. CNS dot heat map. and then I'll pass this. Okay, before I go there, let me just create another. So to create the correlation, to get the correlation values, you just use the dot call method to calculate those values. So in this case, maybe I want to calculate those the correlation values of these values. So what I do, just come here. That's uh, uh, copy this, paste this, and then say dot code. Yes, this one. So if I run this, I have created my correlation values. These are correlation values. Now I can visualize these correlation values. Can visualize these correlation values. So if I run this, you can able to see my what is it? The truth value of data frame is ambiguous. Use mt.able.org. So let me just give this name of ours here. So x same as 2. Then here instead of this, let's pass my x. Yes. Invalid syntax. Yes, so I think this one now works. So you can see my heat map. It's very important this one if you want to do the regression analysis. So you can see these values are here, the correlation values are being represented here. Now you can read them easily. You can actually say pettorent, what's the relationship with the pettorent and with the SEPO we have 0.82. So it means they are highly correlated because these values are close to 1. Okay. So pettorent, betowidit and bettorent are correlated. Yes. Okay. So that's what I wanted to mention. Maybe yes. So I don't know if have something to add, but this one is very important. So the advice I can give that you can actually go if you are interested to do this more. You can actually go and do some statistics classes. Yes, so it will actually help you. Again, if you don't want to go to that path, you can also decide to do the machine learning. So you can able now to cement your what we have done. So those are the key areas. Maybe in case you are wondering what is next, you can actually go and feature the end of the two areas. So is there any question? I would send the third assignment. I think if I can manage, I can send before tomorrow. Yes. So if you have any question, you can ask. If you don't have, then I need to actually end this program.
I think maybe just a reminder for them to install the SQL,
Oh,
MySQL Workbench, I think,
yeah.
so that next week.
The next week you are starting on SQL, so make sure you have installed all the requirements for the SQL. I think they have sent the requirements uh, to the group, like the links on how to install those softwares. So any question? Okay. So actually I need to cross this meeting, but in case you would be having problems, you can just reach me in WhatsApp anytime. But meanwhile, we have finished this program of ours in specific Python. Yes. So I thank you for the good reasoning and the coordination you have given me. Yes. And the last thing we have done, I would send the materials. So you try to look at them if you did not manage to do your own. Okay. Thank you.